ICD-10 JJ-10B Guidelines, page 47, part 10.
The guidelines are organized into sections.
Section 1 includes the structure and conventions of the classification and general guidelines that apply to the entire classification, and chapter-specific guidelines that correspond to the chapters as they are arranged in the classifications. Okay, so there are general guidelines for all the chapters, and there are chapter-specific guidelines for each chapter that you are coding. They have their specific guidelines. Okay, so we're gonna do this little graph about ICD-10 coding steps. So the first coding step is
diagnosis selection.
Okay, what's diagnosis selection? Is you decide how to best describe the diagnosis for which you want to code. That's the first step. Second step,
alphabetic index.
The alphabetic index. You gotta go to the index that is in alphabetic order. You look up the main term related to the diagnosis in the alphabetic index. Look to see if there is any indication that you should see condition or see also, right? Because sometimes after the terms, there's a quotation mark that says see condition or see also, then you have to follow, right? Follow any other instructions related to the code. Find the best code in the indented alphabetic index underneath the correct main term. Once you find the correct main term, look for the indentations. The indentations to find exactly what you need, okay? That's the alphabetic index. Next step.
Guidelines, if necessary.
Right, those are the guidelines that tell you what to do with the code or how to go about it, right? So turn to the ICD-10 official guidelines for the category of the code to see if they provide guidance on the code you are using. Of course, once you're experienced coders, you don't have to do this every time, but when you're starting, you have to go to the guidelines for that section, the section that you're coding, right? The last step.
Tabular list.
Okay, once you have found everything that you can from the index, you have to go to the tabular list. What do you do in the tabular list? You look up the section and category in the tabular list to see if there are any rules or guidance that applies. Locate the complete code in the tabular list and ensure that it agrees with the written description that you started with in step 1, with your diagnosis that you have in step 1, right? And then look for any instructions related to that specific code. Those sometimes there are little lines in red, especially. They say code first, or do this, or add an additional code, or a subsequent code. All those instructions you have to look for. And if you don't find anything, then that's it. That's your code. Okay? And then we have a little picture here of the same text that we have over there for official coding guidelines and the section 1, right? You can read it again. And that's our theory for today. And now we're going to do a problem. So ready, set, go. Okay, ICD-10 JJ-10A, page 363, exercise 6. This is a level 1 problem, and it reads like this.
Posterior subcapsular cataract, left eye, congenital.
Right. Posterior subcapsular cataract, left eye, congenital. Okay, that's the problem. That's the diagnosis. Now we're going to count to 3 so you can pause the video and give us the ICD-10 code for this diagnosis. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, the answer is Q12.0, Q12.0. If you got that, congratulations, you can go to the next video. If you didn't get it, let's give you a couple of tips. Or just one tip, but what's a tip?
Start with cataract.
Start with cataract, right?
Ignore posterior subcapsular because it is just the exact location of the clouding.
Yeah, a cataract is a clouding of the eye, right? And the posterior subcapsular is the exact location. Where is it? But for coding purposes, we don't need to know the exact location. We just need to know that it's a cataract. You also have to ignore what?
Left eye.
Left eye, because there is no
differentiation in tabular. Right,
left, right. Sometimes there in the subsections you find different codes for right or left, but when you don't find that, just go is the same code whether it's right or left in this this case. And then we have a little graph of explaining what a cataract is. This is our normal eye. You see this circle, the black circle in here, right? Now, this is an eye with a cataract. The circle here is not black, it's white. It means there's a cloud there in the eye. That's what a cataract is, okay? So now that you understand a little bit more, you can find the path to the answer. The answer is Q12.0, but we want you to find the path. So we're going to count to 3 so you can pause the video and give us the path. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the whole summary of the problem is like this. The problem is posterior subcapsular cataract, left eye congenital, right? Now there's only one code, and the code 1 through the index is found like this.
First you go to index.
Go to the index.
Then you go to cataract.
You start with cataract.
Then you go to the congenital.
Congenital, which means present at birth, right? That's what congenital means. And you find a code that is?
It's Q12.0.
Q12.0. Now, you're going to check this code in the tabular. So the code 1 through the tabular is found like this.
First you go to tabular.
Tabular.
Then you first go to these first 3 characters, Q12.
You always start with the first 2 characters, which is Q12, and that is what?
Congenital lens malformations.
Congenital lens malformations. A cataract is a lens malformation, so we're right. So let's keep going.
Q12.0.
And that is?
Congenital cataract.
Cataract. Exactly what we need, right? In our tips, we told you to ignore subcapsular and not left eye. So this is exactly what we need, congenital cataract. That's why there is an equal sign at the end, and the answer is Q12.0. Okay? So thanks for watching, and please visit our website, and also
you could subscribe to us in YouTube by clicking here for our new medical coding videos.
Right, and just a red rectangle, right, where it says subscribe. They're going to click there, and what do they get?
That we make up to 3 videos every day. ICD-10s, CPTs, all that is needed to pass the medical coding certification exams.
That's okay. So don't forget, visit our website and subscribe to our videos. Thank you. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Goodbye.
Bye.